So guys, achieve this beading with me, okay? So this is a client's job. After making the dress, I needed it beaded because the person is actually putting on is a black and black blouse. Okay, the blouse is black, the skirt is black. So we needed a gold, to so my beader disappointed me. Yes, this is an urgent job. She disappointed. So I got to bead it myself. So let's bead it together, okay? I use pearls and crystal on this. All right. So let's go. This is the down. All right. This is the down. Okay. This is not mine. Somebody's clothes. So I'm actually, this is how the down is. So let's do it together. Guys, if you have any question, all right, ask me. And for beginners, try this out. Okay. Try this out. I use crystal and pearls on it. All right. So let's go. So guys, for us to start, all right, let me show you the things I will be using. Okay, so this is what I started with earlier, but I like this center style, this design. I like it, so I'll be beading the other left with this design. I'll still have to adjust this other part. Okay, so let's start the beading now. I'll be using a normal needle because of the size of my pearls, but this is a beading needle. Okay, that is the beading needle. It comes in different size. This is normal needle. Okay, hand needle. Okay, so it comes in different sizes. Now this is the pearls, the crystal I'm using. You can see the size. So because of that, I went for a hand needle. Okay, because my pearls, my crystal is sizable. Okay, it can pass through, so I'll not be using the bead needle, and definitely my scissors. And so let me show you the beads. These are my beads. Okay, so I have I have crystal. This is the crystal I'm working with. All right, this is the one I'm working. I just bought different beads, that are gold. We decided gold, so I just bought different to know which one to go work with. Okay, so I decided to go for this design. So I'll be using the bigger pearl. I'll be using the pearls and the crystal bead. Okay, to bead. So let's start with the beading. All right. So first, you secure your thread. If you don't secure your thread, it will lose. So pass your thread. Okay, once you pass your thread, you secure it. You can see it. Now, how do you secure? Just pass it through the cloth and bring it out. Make sure you tighten the edge of the thread. That is how you secure. Then you pass your beads through the needle. Now I'm working with 9 pieces. Okay, when I started the beading, I started with 7. It wasn't giving me enough circle, so I increased it to 8, from 8 to 9. Now before you bead, there are styles. You can decide what styles before then, and as you're beading, you can equally create a new style and decide to go with it. So I've beaded without the pearls, but at a point I decided to put the pearls. Let me see how it looks before, and I saw that it was looking beautiful, so I decided to go with this pattern now. So after you must have added, you can see that is 9 crystal bead pass through. Hold it at the edge. Okay, then you get your needle, pass it through the last crystal bead. You can see what I'm doing, the last one. Okay, now once you pass it through it, take it down. You can see it came out at the back of the fabric. What are you trying to do? You're trying to form a circle, a secured one at that. Okay, so you now stretch it. As you're stretching it, it's giving you the circle. You can see it has formed the circle. Okay, very easy. pass the needle. Then once you've make sure you draw the thread, make sure it's very firm. Then you start securing the beads. How do you do that? You pass the needle back to the front, okay, still at the position that is securing it. Now we have secured the first. The next thing now is for us to pass it through the beads. You can see where I'm passing it through the beads, not all the beads, just two by the side. I'm trying to secure, get that circle. Okay, I passed you draw the thread, still holding it. Okay, next thing you stitch, take it in. Now you pull the pearls. All right, pull the pearls. Remember, my needle is at the middle, not completely middle, somewhere close to the middle. All right, so you pass the pearls through, place it, hold it firmly, make sure it is firm, well placed. Then you use the needle, go down by the pearls, just by the pearls, bring it out. You can see I'm sewing in and out. Bring it through the back of the dress, keep drawing the thread, make sure it is well positioned. Then you sew it out again. Now there are so many ways of holding down your beads. Okay, as you go back, go in, make sure you hold it down firmly. Make sure the thread, you draw the thread and the bead is firm. It is very important. Once you're certain you have secured it, okay, make sure it is well secured before you proceed. When you're certain you have secured it, then you continue. Okay, so this is it. Now I'm trying to make sure this bead lasts. I don't want a situation where it will just go off again. So that is why I'm trying to secure the circle, make sure it is firm. All right, then I'll bring my needle back to the front. Once I've secured it enough. So guys, you must make sure it is firm. When it's firm, you bring your thread backwards, take it front again before continuing. It is very easy. Okay, now beading is a kind of art, it's not that difficult. Just take your time. The main thing is always secure your sewing. Okay, secure your beading. It takes time. For me to make this design you're seeing right now, I actually did a design. I've actually beaded on this neck, but it wasn't giving me what I want, so I had to lose and started again. Okay, so always take your time. And you can see this other bead, there is no pearls on it. I'll have to add pearls to it because I'm loving the pearls design at the center. Okay, I am loving it already. So I'm trying to be more secure on it because it's obvious this person will be wearing this clothes for a long time. So I don't want a situation where the beads will be falling off. So that is why I'm trying to secure it very well. Now I'm done with securing it. I'm not sure it is firm. Then I'll pass through. I'll pass the crystal beads again. Remember, we are working with 9. All right, we are working with 9. So you pass 9 crystal. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. So after passing the beads, you stretch it down. You can see it, the number I have here, that is 9. Okay, 9. Then you stretch it backwards. Make sure it is firm. The same thing we did earlier, pass it at the last pearls. You can see that. Let me bring it closer a little bit. You can see through the opening at the last pearls, back. You bring it out at the back of the dress, okay? I'm still holding my pearls, you know. Then you stretch the thread out. You can see it has formed the circle I needed, okay? So I'll make sure it is firm. I'll bring the thread back up, okay? You can see I'm trying to pass the needle from the back to the front, you know, to secure my beads first before attaching the pearls. Now I went in between the crystals. You can see I picked 2 beads, you know, brought it together, secured it. Now I'm sewing, passing my needle in between, took it back. I will equally bring it back before adding the pearls to it. It is very easy to bead. Okay, now as a beginner, try this out. This is one of the easiest way you can bead, especially the neck of your dress. You don't want it to bead, you don't want too much, but you just want it around the neck, you know, tiny. That is enough, okay? So once you tack, you add your pearls, make sure you secure the circle. Make the circle firm. How do you make it firm? That by sewing it, you know, securing it from all edges. You know it is circle. If you hold one side, the other side can pop up. So make sure you secure it like 3 places to make sure it stays firm on the dress. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. Passing the thread through the fabric back into the pearls and back to the fabric, you know, holding it firm, making sure it is firm. So guys, the last sewing I did now, I just tightened it, okay? I don't want it shifting. Like, I want, if a case of if you wash it, it stays where it is. So I tightened it at the back. Now you can see it, my circle, it is perfect, okay? You see it now. Once you're certain you have secured it, you pass your needle through again. All right, now it mustn't be this time for you to, you can desire another style, all right, but it is important you try, you know, you can try different things before you conclude on the one you decide to go for. Like this pearls was introduced when I've gone far, almost at the middle of the neck before I introduced these pearls. So feel free to be creative, all right? Now I've secured it. The next thing I'll pick again. So this is basically what you keep doing till you get to the end of your neck designs, okay? You pick the pearls, the crystal, sorry, and we are dealing with 9 crystal. Now it's not compulsory it is 9. I worked with 7 earlier. It wasn't as perfect as this 9, so feel free to do whichever number you want. All right, I worked with 7 earlier, it didn't give me this perfection, so now I think 9 is better, and that is what I'm working with. 9 crystal, Remember, same thing, you draw it down, hold it firmly. Okay, make sure it is firm. Once it is firm, you pass it through the last. You see that? This time around, I'm passing it through the back before drawing it. Can see my needle came out at the back, and it will still give me the same result. Okay, now I've stretched it and it's giving me this, so I'll make sure I get a circle first and a firmness. It has to be firm. You pass your needle backwards to the front. You're trying to secure what you just sewed now, the beads. So guys, the same process. Okay, once you have secured it, you put the pearls at the middle. All right, equally secure the pearls, stretch it down and position it properly. It has to be positioned properly. Once you've positioned it, you start sewing. Okay, you secure it, bring it to the front and pass it to the back. Right, you stretch. So guys, if you've secured it properly, you keep sewing front and back to be sure you have secured it. Now I'm being very skeptical about this. Now I've secured the circle. I'll have to add the 9 again. Okay, I'll keep sewing it this way till it covers the whole neckline, the neck design of the dress continuous. Okay, until I achieve what I want. So guys, that is what you keep doing. Try this at home. Okay, don't be scared, try it out. This is one of the easiest beading method. Okay, and it doesn't take long. It didn't take me, do I say it took me, if it was what I was doing all day, a day is enough, or more than do I say 2 hours at most. But just that I was just doing it, I'll cut and go and do something else. But in 2 hours you're done with this. Okay, beading takes its work, but it doesn't take much time. So having secured it, I've gotten the center. I'll attach my pearls again. Once the pearls is attached, I'll secure it down and start sewing. Okay, to hold it down perfectly well. Now when you're stretching it, hold it firmly. It is important. Now this is the neck part. The down part will equally be um, beaded. The down part of the blouse will be beaded also. So therefore we will be beading the down in this video. Okay, so that is the upper part. Now I've done beading. You can see how it came out. All right, you can see how it came out. Now let's work with the down. This is the down of the dress. It has to be beaded too, though I've done some beading on it already. So bead it together with me. Okay, now the same crystal, we'll be using the same crystal. All right, for this, the same crystal, but this time I'm working with 5 instead of 9. All right, I'm working with 5 instead of 9. You can see it now. Once you put the 5 you need, stretch it down, make sure it is firm before you pass it through. Make sure it is firm before you pass it, and when you pass it through, you stretch the thread. Okay, then you bring it backwards, go again, and secure it at the back, the way we sew clothes. All right, once you're done with this, you pass it through again. All right, so basically that is what you keep doing. That is the pattern. I'm not using circle. All right, I'm not going for circle in this. You can see I'm going kind of a curve beads. Straight curve. All right, now I've secured it. The next thing, I'll pick another 5. Okay, I'm picking another 5 of the crystal. Stretch it down. Okay, once it is firm, I'll start sewing. Pass your needle in. Once you pass it, you can see what I'm doing to the back. Bring it, stretch it, make sure it is firm. Firmness, it is important to be firm. Then you pass it through. Okay, so basically this is what you keep doing till you get to the end of the fabric, the end of the blouse, or the so guys, feel free and try this out. Another 5, secure it. So guys, I'll be adding pearls in between the beads, okay? Pearls in between. So I'm going for 2 pearls this time. The reason why I'm actually adding more pearls is the beads I have left is not much, so I'm just using pearls to extend it. All right, the same thing we did on the crystal is what you do on the, make sure you stretch it down, hold it firmly before sewing it on the fabric. All right, that is it. So that is it. Secure it, as in every section must be secured, okay? So that's it. You can see that. Pass the thread back, okay, right at the beginning of the